Welcome back to the third instalment of Control F5. Today we've got a special one. Fleetwood Town, a team that in my eyes is probably a bit of an enigma in League One, to be fair. Has risen through the league so over a number of seasons recently. A club that has survived on its own investment from promotions, and something that we really are not aware of in modern football. So Fleetwood Town, I'll speak to Ben, who is a very keen Fleetwood Town fan. Make sure you check out his videos. All these details are coming up next, but listen to what he says about the club. Right, yeah, so I'm here with Cod's Vlogs of YouTube, over 3,000 subscribers. Ben, mate, FTFC Nappers on Twitter. Everyone get down there and follow him. Mate, Fleetwood Town. Tell me about Fleetwood.
Fleetwood, very small club, but a small club that is up and coming. We've come up from the guts of non-league. 6 promotions in 10 years we've had, and we've just are competing in our 4th season in League One, which could be our second highest season. So we've done really, really well. We've inherited the money that we got up through the playoffs and the new training ground called Fleetwood Farm, opened by Sir Alex 3 years ago. One of the best training facilities in the EFL for such a tiny club, worth over £10 million. So the club is going places, and the stadium might not be big, but we have loyal fans who travel everywhere. Might not be many of us, but we compete on the pitch every single year.
Yeah, so you're saying there about your fans. Obviously, capacity of your stadium's just over 5,000. Just over half of those are seats. But let's talk a bit more about your league position, because obviously you were saying that you've had not too bad a time in League One. So you finished 14th last year, and you're currently 12th this year. But up until beating Accrington at the end of March, would you have considered yourself in with a chance of making the playoffs?
Like you said, we finished 14th last year. I know it doesn't sound much by 2 places above, but I can tell you this season has been a massive improvement from that 14th season, because last year we were about 20th and we just got about 6 wins in the last 7 wins out of the last 13 due to John Sheridan coming in and just doing what he does best at helping teams survive relegation. So that was the first of all. But playoffs were never really on for me. Even up at the Accrington game, it was still an 8-point gap with a game in hand, and even to catch 5 points up with about 21 to go was always going to be tough. You're relying on others. So I always thought if we can get top 8, maybe top 10, it'd be a great season for the club.
Definitely, yeah, completely agree with that. You know, I want to ask you who's been your star player this season. I've picked out a few. Obviously, you've had Ched Evans on loan from Sheffield United, but then you've got Paddy Madden, you've got Hunter and Burns as well. Who's really stood out for you this season?
Well, to be fair, there's been a lot. I would like to mention Wes Burns. Now, Wes Burns last year only scored 2 goals in the whole season. He didn't have a great time of it, but this year he's been really good under Joey Barton. He's played in a number of different positions, right midfield, and almost recently at right wing back, which has been absolutely terrific. In going forward, excellent. Defending, brilliant. And he's really become a good right back. And not only that, he's been scoring some goals. I think he's on about 7 or 8. And I think he's won 10 out of the 22 home man of the matches. And that is pretty impressive. So I'd say he's within the shout. Ched Evans' hold-up play is excellent. Like the way he can bring down the ball has helped to score so many goals. He's learned from that. He's not missed a pen for us yet. Madden's good at the high press, at winning the ball back, at getting something out of the keeper. Hunter's been excellent out wide. Ken's clean sheets. So I'd say out of the star man, I'd probably go for Ched. The way he's hold the ball up, and young Harry Suter as well to come in to a difficult situation. Young lad on loan from Stoke. First real spell in English football. He's been out on loan to Scottish football, which maybe not challenge him as much as this, but he's done really well. But Ched Evans, my star man.
Brilliant. You mentioned there, obviously, Joey Barton, who many would consider as a controversial figure in the footballing world. But your manager nonetheless. First full season in Football Manager, what do you make of him?
Well, It's been good. His motto has been all season: we win or we learn, and it's kind of been like another defeat. But out of the whole season, he started to experiment, and Pep, I know he's nowhere near Pep in Pep Guardiola in the Premier League. Pep didn't have a great year, had an inconsistent season in the Premier League in his first year. He experimented who would go on the journey, who was good enough, and he started to do that. He's loaned players out, even if they were good enough. If they were bad apples, they weren't good enough for this club. He wanted committed players who want to play, who wants to come in and enjoy training every day and give everything for the club. And he's experimented youth as well. He's brought, I think, 5 youngsters have made their debuts this year. Rydell, James Hill, Barry Bagley, Jed Garner. They're just 4 of the 5 or 6. So I've been impressed by that. Results-wise, inconsistent, but next year will be the real telling point because he's got the pressure. It is his second season. He's probably got that expectation because he has to do better. So at the moment, I'd say he's had a very good season with us.
So you were talking about next season there. What are your hopes for Fleetwood Town next season?
Hopes are better. Everyone would say playoffs if they're a Fleetwood fan, but the worry with me is I don't want to have a bad season. Then the club be a bit like Plymouth when they went down from. I know we've not been in the Championship yet. Go from the Championship down to League 2, or be a bit like Portsmouth. And League 2 is very tricky to get out of. There's some good teams, especially this year. And yeah, so I'd like to get to playoffs, but if we got top 8 maybe, that'd be better. And in the third year of his contract, it's a 3-year deal, Joey Barton's, and maybe in the third year, see how we are for playoffs.
Brilliant, mate, brilliant. Now, let's get on to Ipswich Town. Now, obviously, coming down into League One, it's not somewhere we've been in over 50 years. What can we expect next season?
A lot rougher, a lot tougher, and I would say in the Championship, even though there's more quality gifted players in the Championship, there's so many good players, like Championship quality. You look at Villa's squads, you look at Sheffield United squad, Leeds squad, so many good talented footballers. In League One, it's kind of a bit more hard working because they're not on those big 30, 40 grand the wages. They're more like 2 or 3 at some clubs. And you kind of get a bit less time on the ball because they are wanting to be at you. They are wanting to work harder instead of relaxing a bit and knowing your time will come. It is a tough league because obviously 3 go up like in the League One. And this year has been probably the toughest year in League One. There's been Luton, who've had an incredible season, Sunderland, Portsmouth, Charlton, even Doncaster having an impressive season, Barnsley as well. So it is going to be very tough for Ipswich. I think their main aim, they have to start well, because if they do get down to a downhill spiral, it will be quite demanding because after relegation, you've always got to try and consolidate and be solid in the next league to make sure you don't slip any more and you get back on track. And I think Ipswich will do that for me. I think if they bring in the right players, if the players fit the Ipswich as a club, good attitude, want to work hard, I think there'll be no doubt they will go up. Probably, maybe as champions. I see how they strengthen in the summer.
Yeah, we don't like to jump the gun. Obviously, we've never been in League One, since its inception. But, coming down, we need to, pay our respects and be respectful to those teams around us. For you as a fan, does it excite you that the prospect of, seeing coming to a place like Portman Road in Ipswich Town?
Portman Road has always seemed like a good ground. It's not one of those grounds in the Championship that's a bit like Reading or a bit like, like a soulless bowl that has no atmosphere really. Ipswich, especially recently, I've seen a lot of videos, especially that new singing section that you've got. It seems really good, and I think you've sold nearly 8,000 season ticket holders, isn't it now? Which is quality support for League One. Like I said, I went to Sunderland this year, and it was just one of them like, look how far this club have come. Fleetwood Town should not be playing the Sunderland or Ipswich or Portsmouth, and it will be an exciting challenge, but I believe that we can go to Portman Road and get something, because on the pitch we can challenge with anyone. Off the pitch, maybe not, but on the pitch we can. And Portman Road, I'm buzzing to be going. Just hopefully it won't be a Tuesday night in April or something.
Mate, I'm looking forward to coming up to Fleetwood. I'll be honest with you, and looking forward to catching up with you. But Ben, cheers for that, mate.
No worries.
Love it from Ben. So, an enthusiastic Fleetwood fan who thinks coming down to Portman Road next season could be an exciting challenge for Fleetwood. He talked about the players that they've had. One in particular, Ched Evans, who's been playing out of his skin, obviously exonerated recently for crimes that he didn't commit, and he's finding his way back in football. A successful season in League One, and I do think that he could be a Championship player next season, if not a League One player. Maybe someone Ipswich Town could be looking at next season. In terms of Fleetwood, obviously Joey Barton's their manager, and it's a very, very controversial figure. It has to be said, but in the same instance, he's had a very good season, a first season in football management, and I do think that he could, turn out to be a positive manager, especially for Fleetwood. Now, I did say to Ben earlier that they just missed out on the playoffs, but they did technically. 3 or 4 games ago, they could have been in with a chance of being in the playoffs, but there are a number of good sides in League One at the moment. Your Portsmouth, your Sunderlands, Charlton's, all of those clubs that are fighting for a playoff place at the moment, and it's going to go down to the final day of the season. So we really can see what's going on. But in terms of clubs like Fleetwood, only 2,000 seats in their stadium, and I picked this up on the last Control F5 episode about the surprise that Town fans are going to have when they go down. To be honest, I don't think I've been in a football league stadium smaller than Layer Road or Cuckoo Farm or whatever they call it now, and that's Colchester United, to be fair. And it's going to be a big shock to all of us, but at the same time, I love the kind of diversity that Fleetwood have and the modern image they have in football, and I think it's something that clubs should aspire to be like. And thanks to Ben for being so honest and giving us a real insight into how Fleetwood work. But this is how clubs in League One survive. They graft, they get players that work hard, that that play in different positions. He picked up on Wes Burns, that how he gets backwards and forwards, and he's been playing at right back this season, but chipping in with goals. We need players like that next season, and that's what we need to look out for in the summer if we don't already have them. So anyway, thank you for watching this vlog. Obviously it's the 3rd instalment, 24 clubs in the league. It's got a lot of hard work for me over the summer, but yes, this will keep me going through the summer. Thanks to Ben, who hopefully I'll meet at the FBAs on the 9th of May. Until then, make sure you subscribe and like where possible. Leave comments to let me know, and we'll pick up next time. But in the meantime, come on you Blues.